All right, I'm going to call the Star City Council meeting to order. It's Tuesday, April 2nd, 2024 at 7 p.m. at the Star City Hall. If you could all please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you. And tonight's invocations by Mr. Dylan Austin, the Worship and Creative Arts Director at Life Spring Church. And is that green? If it's green, it's on.
There we go.
All right. Thank you, sir.
All right. Good evening. Thank you, Council, for having me. Let's pray. Lord Jesus, I just come before you tonight. I pray that you can be in this place. I pray that you have your guidance here. God, that your presence can be felt in a mighty way. Pray for wisdom for the council. I pray for unity for all of us here tonight, that we're all united, most importantly, under you. But God, that we also have the common goal, lifting up this community and building something great. So I pray that you strengthen us. Pray that you bless the city of Star. We thank you so much for the opportunities that we have here tonight. Be with the discussions and the decisions being made. It's in your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you always for coming up here. Roll call. But you don't have to leave so fast, though. No, I'm kidding.
David Pearson. Here. Kevin Wheelock.
Here.
Trevor Chadwick.
Here.
Jennifer Salmonson.
Here.
Kevin Nielsen is present.
All right, everybody's present and accounted for. We're going to move on to item 4. Our presentations tonight. I'm going to read a proclamation for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. And then we have Mr. Matt Dahlgren. Did I say that right? All right, Mr. Matt Dahlgren is going to come up here and talk a little bit about it. And then we're going to do some pictures with the council up here. Is that cool? All right. So City of Star, Idaho proclamation for World Wish Month. Whereas on April 29th, 1980, the Department of Public Safety officers and members of the community in Phoenix, Arizona came together to grant the wish of Chris Gracious, a 7-year-old boy battling leukemia who wished to be a police officer. Whereas Chris's wish inspired 6 of the people involved to form a foundation that would grant life-changing wishes for other children with critical illnesses. The organization known as Make-A-Wish has since granted more than 520,000 wishes worldwide, operating in every community in the United States and in nearly 50 countries worldwide. Whereas Make-A-Wish Idaho was founded in 1986 and has granted more than 2,000 wishes that deliver hope and joy back in the lives of children with critical illnesses in Idaho. Whereas research has shown that wishes can improve a child's quality of life and produce better health outcomes. When a wish is granted, a child replaces fear with confidence, anxiety with hope, and sadness with joy. Now, therefore, I, Trevor Chadwick, Mayor of the City of Star, proclaim the month of April 2024 to be celebrated as World Wish Month in recognition of the anniversary of Chris Gracious's wish that inspired the founding of the Make-A-Wish Foundation and subsequently Make-A-Wish Idaho and Global Wish Granting Improvements, adopted by the City of Star on the 2nd day of April 2024. So, Mr. Dahlgren, if you want to come up there to the podium and the floor would be yours. Just state your name and address, and you might need to spell your last name for our clerk.
I'm used to that.
Okay.
My name is Matt Dahlgren, spelled Dahlgren. My address is actually in Meridian. I'm sorry to say that.
That's okay.
I'm down there.
They want to be star too.
I know they do. We all want to be a star. Okay. But I'm here tonight for Make-A-Wish. As these read, our wonderful little chapters granted over 2,000 wishes here in the state of Idaho since our inception almost 40 years ago now. That means that 2,000 wish kids have had hope for their future. They've had hope for their diagnosis. They've had hope to get through the treatments. They've had hope that something better is coming for their future. And so by proclaiming this World Wish Month, you're joining them with that, joining and giving them hope for their future, giving them a promise that something good is coming their way. And so I just want to say thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for that opportunity, and thank you for acknowledging Make-A-Wish and what we do. So thank you very much for your time and attention tonight.
And we thank you and all the people that make this happen because these kids are some of the most precious that we have, in our society. So thank you. So you guys, you want to say something? Oh, I thought you were pulling that up, say something. So if you want to come up here, we'll
Thank
do a
you.
picture with everybody. You guys want to come up?
We have citizens in our town that have been on wishes that have are doing great today because of that hope.
Because of that, yeah. Awesome. Yes, please, pretend like you like it. That's not even, that's impressive, right? Thank you, appreciate you, yeah. Thank you. All right, and we'll move on to, it's kind of ironic since his Make-A-Wish was to be a police officer. So we're going to have Star Chief of Police to come up here and introduce our new deputy, Chief Hessing.
Thank you. Well, good evening, Mr. Mayor, City Council members, Chief Zach Hessing, Star Police Department. Grateful to be able to stand before you this evening and introduce the newest deputy to Star Police Department. So I'll have Deputy Kiker come on up. So this isn't a new position. This is replacing a current position. So Jacob Brecken, many of you probably have met him maybe. He's been on graveyard for about, well, he did about 3 weeks of day shift, didn't like it, went back to graveyard. So about 6.5 years on graveyard here in Star. So he doesn't like the light, I guess. So he did end up getting a crash reconstructionist position with Ada County Sheriff's Office. So he took off down there. He's on the county team right now, preparing for, it's a lot of training he's got to go to do that. So as he went there, we were able to get Deputy Kiker here for us. So,
Will he work on night crashes?
well, it'll be, yeah, a lot of them happen during the night, but it'll be on call and yeah, he'll be seeing more of the sun for sure. So good. Well, I know I've introduced quite a few in the last couple of months as these changes take place, and I appreciate it again tonight. So Deputy Jacob Kiker was born and raised in Toledo, Ohio. He graduated from Roy C. Start High School in 2008. After graduating from high school, he enlisted in the United States Marine Corps. Upon completion of basic training, he was stationed at Camp Pendleton in Oceanside, California, where he served with the 3rd Battalion, 5th Marines Lima Company as a company radio operator. He completed 1 overseas deployment and was honorably discharged in 2015 with the rank of sergeant. Upon completion of his military service, he attended the College of the Canyons Community College in Santa Clarita, California, and received an associate degree in accounting. Deputy Kiker started his law enforcement career at the Los Angeles Police Department in 2017. While in the academy, he held the position of class leader. Upon graduating, Kiker completed his 1-year probationary period at the 77th Division located in the South Central Los Angeles. Upon completion of his training, he spent an additional year as a patrol officer at the 77th Division. He then transferred to the Foothill Division located in San Fernando Valley. He spent the next 3 years at the Foothill Division where he worked patrol, crime suppression with an emphasis on proactively policing violent crime, and was eventually selected for the gang enforcement detail. Due to a plethora of reasons, he relocated his family to Star in May of 2021. He continued to commute and work in Los Angeles until he was hired by the Ada County Sheriff's Office in June of 2022. The bulk of his time with the Ada County Sheriff's Office has been spent working as a patrol deputy in the contract city of Eagle. Deputy Kiker has been married to his beautiful wife, Bree, for approximately 8 years, and they have 2 amazing daughters, Peyton, who is 6 years old, and Cooper, who is 3 years old. So Deputy Kiker comes with, as you can see, quite a few experiences and some wisdom for us. So we're grateful to have him come over here and learn a few things from him, and grateful that he chose the city of Star to live in and work in. So I appreciate him, and welcome to the family of Star.
Awesome. He want to say anything there? Put you on the spot?
Yeah, first I just want to thank Chief for also recognizing that my wife is beautiful. Thank you. I appreciate that. All I have to say is I'm here to humbly provide my services to do my part to contribute to this community, which me and my family are truly, truly grateful to be a part of. So that really excites me, and I look forward to working here in Star. And again, I just humbly offer my services and to do my part to serve this community, which again, we are very grateful. And we didn't just land here by happenstance. We chose Star for a reason. So I'm going to put that same mindset into my policing here.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for coming to Star.
Thank you.
Old 2531, is that the field radio operator?
Tiger, what was your, was it MOS in the Marines?
2531.
2531, is that the field operator?
0621.
Oh, they changed it.
The
Dave-
the equipment's still the same.
Oh.
But the
Oh, I
numbers
was gonna say
changed.
David's an old Marine.
No, we still use the same equipment. Sure.
Yeah, that's right. All right, hey, thank you.
Any questions, Mr. Mayor or council?
Any questions of Chief? Okay,
All right,
thank you, sir. All right, we're gonna move on to item 5, the consent agenda.
Mayor Chadwick,
Councilwoman,
I'll move to approve the consent agenda consisting of item 5A, the approval of council meeting minutes of December 5th, 2023, February 6th, March 5th, and March 19th, 2024. And the item 5B, approval of claims.
okay, and just for the record, Councilwoman Thomason found some changes that she needed to have, that would need to be made on that. Jacob's already updated, and that's been uploaded to the system. So everybody knows that.
Yep, thank you.
All right. We got a motion, we got a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call?
Hershey,
Aye.
Wheelock,
Aye.
Salmonson,
Aye.
Nielsen.
Aye.
All right, that motion carries. Thank you. On item 6, public comment. Do we have the public comment sign-in sheet? Are you getting that, Victor? Thank you. We don't have anybody. Did anybody want to have a public comment period? We have to make sure we have that out there. No, you don't get one, Ryan Morgan. All right, hearing none, then we'll move on to item 7, the action items. Move on to 7A, the ordinance for the Lake Haven Estates annexation. We need to introduce and dispense of the rule.
Mayor Chadwick,
Councilman Nielsen.
I move to introduce ordinance 402-2024, Lake Haven Estates Annexation and Development Agreement, and that pursuant to Idaho Code Section 50-902, the rule requiring an ordinance to be read on 3 different days with one reading to be in full be dispensed with, and that ordinance number 402-2024 be considered after reading once by title only.
Okay, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second by Councilman Hershey. Any further discussion on that? Hearing none, roll call?
Hershey,
Aye.
Wheelock,
Aye.
Salmonson,
Aye.
Nielsen.
Aye.
Okay, that motion carries. The rules are dispensed. And we'll move on to the approval of the ordinance.
I'll read it. Mr. Mayor,
Councilman Hershey.
I'd like to approve ordinance 402204, Lake Haven Estates Annexation and Development Agreement. Ordinance annexing to the city of Star certain real property located in the unincorporated area of Canyon County, Idaho, more specifically located at 21831 Koa Lane in Star, Idaho. I need to read the parentheses. Canyon County parcels R3403901110, R34035010 alpha, and R303510 alpha 1. And contiguous to the city of Star, the property is owned by Spencer and Aaron Cofield, Nathan and Heather
COFED.
Cofed, Nathan and Heather Ogden, and Tradition Capital Partners Incorporated, establishing the zoning classification of the annexed property as rural residential with a development agreement, RR-DA, and the residential with a development agreement, R-2-DA, of approximately 60.7 acres, directing that certified copies of the ordinance be filed as provided by law, providing for related matter, and providing for effective date.
Okay, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
A second.
We have a motion, a second by Councilman Nielsen. Any further discussion? Hearing none. Roll call.
Hershey.
Aye.
Wheelock.
Aye.
Salmonson. Nielsen.
Aye.
Okay, that motion carries. Thank you. On to item 7B, the resolution for the 457 deferred compensation plan. I'll have Jacob, do you want to talk about this?
Yes, so this is just memorializing an agreement that we've already made with John Hancock. And that what they did is they moved funds from Empower to John Hancock as the record holder. So all of your retirement accounts can change to that. Easier to work with for you guys.
Okay. Any questions of Jacob? If not, I entertain a motion or I guess to read the resolution for approval. Can you pull that up, Sean, that draft resolution there? Can we just do title? Yeah, okay, we just do the title. Councilman Hershey?
Mr. Mayor, okay, I move that we approve resolution 2024-012, City of Star 457B deferred compensation plan.
Okay, we got a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion, a second by Councilman Wheelock. Any further discussion? Nothing? Hearing none. Roll call.
Hershey.
Aye.
Wheelock.
Aye.
Salmonson.
Aye.
Nielsen.
Aye.
Okay, that motion carries. Thank you. On the item 7C, the resolution for surplus property law books. Jacob,
So these may or may not have hit the threshold for yes, a value. So this is an easy way for us to turn around and donate them to the library if they want them, or if you choose to dump them.
do we have to state what we want to do with them, or is it just leave it up to you?
Trying to remember how we wrote the resolution.
Can you pull that one up there, Sean, the resolution?
It just says we're removing them. Say how or why. I mean, it says why, but it doesn't say how. Fine by me. Pretty basic. It's pretty.
It talks about where it's contained value to another public entity, so
Yes.
transfer or donate, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right.
any questions?
Mr. Mayor?
Okay, hearing none, I'd entertain a motion.
Just waiting for the invitation. Mr. Mayor,
Councilman Wheelock.
I make a motion that we approve resolution 2024-013 surplus property law books to be approved and to let them be moved to the library or donate them wherever they may need to be.
Perfect. We got a motion. We have a second.
Second.
We have a motion, a second by Councilman
Hershey.
Hershey. It's like kids. You know, sometimes you get other names rolling through your mind, right? Any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Hershey.
Aye.
Wheelock.
Aye.
Salmonson. Nielsen.
Aye.
All right, that motion carries. Thank you. On to item 7D, the beer and wine license for Jackson's Food Store. You guys need to approve the beer and wine license. They're getting ready to open up. Jacob, you want to say anything to that?
Yes, so they're opening April 30th from their application that they submitted to me. I would also like to know if the council would be interested in changing that ordinance so that brand new ones don't come to you every time on beer and wine as well.
Is there a general thought on that?
Well, yeah, personally, because it has to go through the state and the certification they have to do to even get it to us, I'm totally fine with not seeing it.
I would still like to keep the hard liquor.
Yeah.
To the
Wine and
council.
beer Still come here, yeah.
Okay.
This is just beer and wine.
Yeah, hard liquor would,
Awesome.
So does our code have to change?
Well, that's what he wants to get your
Yeah,
general.
and
idea,
it's
so we can
very
vote
minor,
him.
so
Yeah.
I'll do that with the next meeting.
the code change is coming the end of the, or first of next month.
Yep.
You could adjust it then.
Okay. All right, entertain a motion to approve the beer and wine license for Jackson's Food Store.
So moved.
We got a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion, a second by Councilwoman Solomon. Any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Hershey.
Aye.
Wheelock,
Aye.
Salmonson,
Aye.
Nielsen.
Aye.
Okay, that motion carries. Thank you. On the item 7E, the request for qualifications list approval, we're going to have our city engineer come up here and talk about this process. You have the memo from him in front of you here and the list. And he'll talk about that whole thing. Do you have, it's up there too.
Wanted to speak anyway.
Yep.
See,
State your
somebody's going to
name.
comment. Ryan Morgan, city engineer, address is City Hall.
Yes, sir.
What?
So go ahead.
Oh, this is, in regards to the RFQ that we put out, at the end of last year. We got the responses back, mid-January. I believe the date that we got them back was January 13th. We received 24 responses, over 12 categories that ended up as a total of 70 different categories, or 70 different responses in the 12 categories. So our selection committee was busy. That consisted, we met a couple of weeks ago with Councilwoman Jennifer Samuelson, Assistant City Planner Ryan Field, myself, the city engineer, and the Assistant City Engineer Tim Clark. We met in a room for about 2 hours. Each of us had previously reviewed the proposals. It was a pretty thorough process. Appreciate all those that participated. We also received input from our city planner, Sean Nichols, and we got input from the mayor, Trevor Chadwick. You will see on the list there that's on the screen now, most categories, we tried to get three, minimum of three. We had a couple categories you can see in there. Mechanical engineering, we only had 2 submittals for that category. Geotechnical engineering, we felt that only 2 of them would meet our needs of the 4 that submitted. All others, we tried to limit it to 3. We ended up adding a 4th one to architecture because we just felt comfortable and we didn't feel that there was a good clean break between 3 and 4. So we added a 4th one. But other than that,
Explain what the list does for us so everybody's aware.
yeah. So what the list does is basically now we have a on-call roster. The term in the past has been used as Rolodex, that now we can go out and we can request any one of these firms to do work for us and give us a proposal to do the work without having to go through an RFQ process like we have for so many other projects. So like when we did the CE&I for the Highway 44, we had to go out and do a specific request to do that. Now we can go CE&I. We have 3 firms there. We can go to any one of those 3 firms and say, give us a proposal, give us a scope of work. We can look through that scope of work. If we feel comfortable with it, we can then sign an agreement with them instead of going through the whole process and having to select a qualified firm.
But that agreement still comes back to the council for.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
So you're aware. Not just arbitrary.
Yep,
Right.
but it saves us a step in the future because we've already gone
Yep.
through that step. This roster, as you can see at the top, is good from 2024 until 2029. State code says you can only do these for 5 years. So we will have to do this again in the end of 28, beginning of 29. And so next term, we'll do it again.
Any questions? Any comments or anything? If not, I'd entertain a motion to approve the roster or RFQ, I guess how do you want to say it? Professional service roster recommendations as presented.
Mr. Mayor? Oh, go ahead.
Councilman Hershey?
I was going to make a motion. if
Go
you're-
for it.
Go
Okay.
ahead.
See, I think this is a very smart idea. We do this in the federal government to certain levels as well. So I'd like to make a motion that we approve the City of Star 2024 to 2029 professional services roster recommendations.
Okay, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion, and a second by Councilwoman Salmonson. Any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Hershey,
Aye.
Wheelock,
Aye.
Salmonson,
Aye.
Nielsen.
Aye.
Awesome. That motion carries. Thank you for all your work
Excellent.
on this.
Just so everybody knows, the next step is we will reach out to those firms on the list, request a list of fees. We will request a master services agreement, and we will request
W-9s and all the fun stuff that we need for our clerk. And we'll move from there. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you. And thank you for everybody that was participating in that committee. That was good. That's a lot of, that's a lot of reading. Trying to understand. All right, we're going to move on to item 7E through J. I'm sorry, F through J. We're going to combine it all together. And we'll talk to you about this. This is about Pavilion Park. We approved a few weeks ago or a month ago, I can't remember when, the sprinkler system for out here at the park. We are approving tonight the sod work on top of that, for this park out there. And the outfit provided quotes in these, and I kind of broke it out on this map. If you guys see the map, you have that map, Sean? All right, thank you. And I labeled each of the quotes out there that was sent out to you guys to show you the areas that they're talking about with quote A, quote B, quote C, quote D, quote E, and quote F. There were some questions on our impact fees because this is what we'll be paying for this because it's a park improvement. So we put together this park impact fee data sheet. Do you have that too, Sean, by chance? Is it not in there, is it? It may not be there. Sorry about that. And so it's a Star Park Impact Fee data sheet that shows everything that we've done from revenue to expenses by year since we started impact fees in 2005. And it shows you how much we have left. So we do have the funds available to do this. The numbers that are on this sheet actually include stuff that we have in the works, including the, there we go. There's a sheet, including Freedom Parks, finishing that out, the basketball court out there at the Pavilion Park, the sprinkler system at Pavilion Park. This playground that you see on here is a future one. That'll be probably next budget year that we put that in. And then what do you call that again? Oh, it is bocce ball. I wasn't gonna say that, but I almost forgot it. So, or goggle ball. The goggle ball hexagon, we still have to quote that out, but it's not gonna be that much in our funding. You guys have any questions about that, or I'll just kind of throw it back at you guys so we can talk about it, or you can make a motion to approve the pavilion project at $129,282 to do sod. Now, we did have an experience trying to do seed. We could do it cheaper for seed, but we had such an issue with the weed issue that we had to switch over to sod at the dog park previously. So my suggestion is we go with sod and we get done with this on there.
Mayor Chadwick.
Councilman Nielsen?
My question isn't necessarily about these items being asked about, but where we've identified item F and D. In previous city plans, we've contemplated a recreation center.
Correct.
Is the city abandoning that plan?
That's
or-
not being abandoned. That's going to take some time. That's a good question. I'm glad you asked that because I did have that conversation before about that. We are not abandoning that plan. However, it's going to take some time before that plan happens. I think it's going to be several years out at the earliest. As part of our, I'm working on currently with Clearwater Financial on putting together the scope of work to get our impact fee committees together to include our rec center and stuff to update our capital improvement plans. And it's going to take some time to do that unless we could get some generous donor to throw out about $10 million to build that facility, right now. So it's going to take a little bit of time. So we're going to grass it for now, utilize that grass. We need the space for our recreation soccer programs and lacrosse and stuff like that. We can use that grassy area over there until that time.
Does,
That we turn it into a building.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, sir.
does the basketball court impede the building that we're projecting?
It should not impede that building.
Will it stay
it-
if there's a building there?
Unless we change the design of the building, we want to move that out at that point. But it's an amenity we can utilize now versus not having that. But currently, that building fits in that footprint right there. In D and coming down a little bit of F.
We'd probably need a little more parking.
When we go to the building, we're going to have to look at that.
Yeah.
In which case, the basketball court will be inside the building,
Yep.
right? At that point. if we can even get even if we can even get the rec facility at that point, right?
Yeah.
So that's a whole different animal in itself. Any further questions? Comments?
Pickleball court's still happening.
Yep, so pickleball courts are already almost done.
Good. That's
So the pickleball courts that are on here actually get their coating on them next week, weather permitting. It's going to take them about 4 days to put that on there. So about April, probably 15th, 18th, somewhere in there, we'll open those puppies up for people to start using it.
also, I'm definitely supportive of the sod. And thank you for sharing your problem with us.
Yeah, and let me, this does not include any trees there, Councilman Nielsen, at this
Nice.
point. We're going to put those in later on there, just so you're aware. Because I know we like trees, we'll put them along Centerway. You know, we do have a few trees in A that this company is going to put in those planters in the parking lot.
Well, you do know the best time to plant a tree, right? It's 15 years ago.
Oh, yes, so they're
Okay.
bigger? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, right. Oh, good. Any further questions? Entertain a motion if there's no questions.
Mr. Mayor?
I have one more question.
Okay.
Would it make sense to leave D and F grass and move the basketball court over to E so that it wasn't in the way of the future hopeful building that we were still optimistic?
So the whole purpose of moving the basketball court away from E area is the noise that's going to generate to the houses that are right immediately adjacent to it.
Won't the kids playing soccer have the same noise?
Not like the basketball, not right there. The soccer is primarily going to be over here in D and F. It's not going to really be over on this side, on E. Yeah,
Mayor Chadwick.
Councilwoman?
So I really appreciate this spreadsheet that you put together. We've spent a lot of money in our parks in the last couple of years. And so this information was very,
And this is, just to clarify, this is all park impact fee money. When you're
Right.
saying we spent a lot of money, that's what's intended.
right. And so so if we use the grass versus the seed, I mean, the difference in the cost there is substantial. But we'll still be left with like 734 plus
From this,
thousand for this year in our impact fee if we continue with the current building permits, with the projected
correct.
building permits. So,
Yeah, so 734 in this fiscal year, not to include anything that comes in this next fiscal year.
right.
So,
And I did see, we started the dog park, what was that, last year or the year before? And
mhm.
had so many issues with goat heads, and we ended up having to take it all out and put sod in. And so I think, like, we have the money. I am comfortable with, spending it here on this project, and it's going to be, great amenity, for all of our citizens, and it's a heavily used park, and we want grass and not dirt and mud. So I'm in support of it.
Okay. Do we have a motion?
Mr. Mayor,
Councilman Hershey?
I make a motion that we approve, how am I supposed to say this? Items F, G, H, I, J, K on the agenda as presented.
You want to put the dollar amount? of
Well,
100
and with each dollar amount that is listed,
So the total dollar amount's 129,282.53.
not to exceed that amount as an aggregate, yes.
There will be some adjustments down on that, just so you're aware as well.
I think if I approve a total, then you have more wiggle room
Yeah.
individually. So I'll approve the total that you mentioned.
Okay. We have a second.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Wheelock,
Aye.
Hershey,
Aye.
Salmonson,
I
Nielsen.
Aye.
And I just thank you guys. I appreciate it. And then just on one more thing, the restroom facility's coming in on April 17th. Is when that's getting installed in there as well. So, and that's all included in that price too. Yeah. All right. Appreciate that, guys. You guys remember what that looked like a a few short years ago, how nasty that area was.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Yeah, so this is going to be a beautiful amenity for our community. All right, we'll move on to item 7L, executive session. Once the council puts us in executive session, then everybody needs to leave and we'll shut off the mics and the system and everything like that. And then we will come out of executive session and adjourn. There will be no action after the executive sessions, just so everybody's aware.
Mayor Chadwick,
Councilman Nielsen.
I move that pursuant to Idaho Code 74-2061B, we enter executive session.
We got a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Hershey,
Aye.
Wheelock,
Aye.
Salmonson,
Aye.
Nielsen.
Aye.
Okay, let it be on the record that at 7:35, we entered into executive session. So thank you, everybody.